Now, that FOIL thing that I call the F word
Right.
in this class, it's much more offensive than that other one to me. But, you know, I try not to use either one of them. But, and the FOIL thing I never say.
All right.
The other one, sometimes I slip up, but, you know, try not to. Okay, now, this times this is equal to this. Why is that? Because of the distributive law. And that thing they teach you so you can factor trinomials and skip the whole idea of the distributive law, I think is a travesty of mathematics. But there are authors and instructors that I really respect and they're really good who have the opposite opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm a travesty. Well, maybe it's so. Okay, now, I'm willing to, you know, let future generations judge that. They'll be wondering. Okay, x minus 3 times x minus 2. What does that mean? Well, there are two ways I could write this. And one way is x minus 3 times x, okay,
Okay.
plus x minus 3 times negative 2. That's the distributive law.
Right.
Now, you recognize that when we had x plus 3 times 9, you immediately said distributive law, right?
Right.
When you see this, you don't think distributive law because you've been taught wrong. In my humble, nah, not even humble, in my arrogant opinion, okay?
Okay.
If you don't know how the distributive law applies to this, there's a huge problem.
Okay.
Almost as big as the problem that we have by teaching cancellation. Okay?
Okay.
Now, do we understand this? Because, you know, you're distributing this over this addition here, essentially, okay?
Right.
And
Okay.
I could have written minus x plus 3 times 2, but that, you know, obscures the fact that the negative is on the 2. So I write it this way,
Okay.
okay? And that's x times x minus 3 times x here, right? I mean, that is the distributive law here.
Yeah.
Very much like the x plus 3 times 9 that you recognized immediately, right? It's the same type of thing. And if I distribute here, I get this, right? This times this minus this times this, okay?
Yeah. All right.
And that is then x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Okay?
Okay.
Which is x squared minus 5x plus 6. So I will be asking you to do things like this using the distributive law at every step. But now you see that it does exactly what you want it to do.
Right.
We end up multiplying this by this, right there it is. And this times this, because this times this, and right there it is, right?
Right.
And then this times this, no, that was it. And then this times this, which is right there, and this times this, which is right there, okay?
Okay.
But it's because of the distributive law, and I emphasize this because the distributive law only applies to binomials, it doesn't apply to anything else.
Okay.
If you got 2 terms times 2 terms, yeah, you can do this. And you need to do that F thing.
All right.
Okay, just don't say the word.
All
Okay.
right.
Whatever way you think it through is okay, but make sure you understand the distributive law because that's the price of FOIL. Okay?
All right.
People don't know the distributive law because they've never used it. Or if they've used it, they've forgotten it because they're so busy factoring trinomials. Okay, anyhow. So that works. So anyhow, now, this numerator then we can write as x minus 3 times x minus 2. Now we've still got to, well, what are you going to do with this one?